Hello, so I'm going to talk today a little bit about a game I've been writing. I wrote it using Next Build, which is a compiler stroke language for the Spectrum Next. It's really quite interesting because Next Build itself, and I've got the URL on my screen here, down there, it basically lets you build everything in Visual Studio Code and then run an emulator to get the Spectrum Next to run. So you can do it all on your PC without actually physically having a Spectrum Next, which is handy because I don't have a Spectrum Next yet. So I had a quick bash and play with it, and here's a quick game I've knocked up. Very simple game. It simulates the horse racing you used to get in the arcades. We used to have the little horses go across on a little mechanical thing, and you had 5 horses and you put 2p in and bet on a horse and win or lose. So here it is. It's running at the moment in a little window on my PC. The code for it is in the background behind me, and it basically is a horse racing game. So that's the start screen you see there. It's running on an emulator, so if I switch to it on my PC here so I can actually control it, very straightforward, high quality simulator of horse racing games. So I press S to start, I press S to start. So here's the choice of horses: Fast Freddy, Speedy Sue, Express Eric, High Speed Harry and Bullet Becky. And they've all got their win amounts there. Now ironically, the game here hasn't got any sort of weightings for these horses, so betting on Becky probably will increase your chances of winning because, well, won't increase, you have the same chance of winning, but you'll increase your prize because she has the same amount of chance of winning as all the other horses at the moment. It's random, but it's not actually weighted. So you push your key to bet, like I'll push 5 to bet on, and I'll bet on Express Eric, number 3. And then the horses run across the screen. Very realistic with some awesome animation. And then if it wins, oh, High Speed Harry won. Okay, so I lost 2p, and then it asked me to have another bet. So I'm going to bet on, I'll bet on Fast Freddy this time. Come on, Fast Freddy. Come on, come on. You can do it, Fast Freddy. You can do it. Yes, Fast Freddy won. So I got myself an extra 2p. So it's a really cool little game. Nothing overly clever or complicated about it in terms of the game itself. The sprites are Spectrum Next sprites and not Spectrum sprites. Spectrums could never do nice graphics like that. And to be honest with you, I just took a sprite sheet and scaled it down to size. So they look a bit rubbish and blocky and a bit awful, but it was a quick and dirty way to actually do the sprites. So I just quit out the game. The URL's there. And if I move my face over here, you can actually see some of the code that I'd written. I need to just slide that out of the way, and then I can slide up and down. So yeah, the code is actually very interesting because it's sort of a combination of Spectrum Basic, normal Basic that used to be in the Spectrum. So you've got commands like Paper 5 and Border 4 and Bright, and it's got some assembly language code here down the bottom here. This bit of code here I borrowed it. It's a random number generator to actually help with random numbers and get better random numbers than the random command. All the graphics are included in the horse.spr.baz. If I go to horse.spr.baz, you can see just loads and loads of data in there. That file is generated from another website, which I need to find the URL for. But it's basically a sprite editor for Spectrum sprites that is really quite cool. And it generates that file for you to make it relatively easy. And yeah, so there you go, there's the code. It's a really interesting, fun little project. It's not going to win any awards, admittedly, but it was a fun learning experience, and great that after, say, 40 odd years, I'm going back to Spectrum Basic and writing games. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.